In the middle of the Caribbean Sea, a family is vacationing on their yacht. The mother, Julia, jumps into the water to swim. While relaxing, she feels something strange. But since nothing is visible around her, she thinks it must be her imagination. A few seconds later, she feels the same strange sensation again. Even this time, nothing is visible. But now she becomes frightened and starts swimming toward the yacht. Suddenly, something begins pulling her leg, and she starts screaming loudly for help. Her daughter Cassie is wearing headphones and listening to music, so she cannot hear anything. Her husband Tom and son Ben are busy fishing. Julia tries to stay afloat above the water, but because water keeps going into her mouth, it becomes difficult for her to scream. After a while, Tom realizes that he has not seen Julia for quite some time. He looks for her on the yacht and then sees his wife in danger. He calls the children, steers the yacht in that direction, and jumps into the water. He quickly reaches Julia, holds her, and swims back toward the yacht. The children pull both of them up. The family takes care of Julia. But Julia convinces herself that maybe it happened because of the waves. At night, they all celebrate Ben's birthday together. Cassie receives a call from her boyfriend, so she takes her laptop and goes outside. On the video call, her boyfriend shows that huge black clouds have covered the sky over the city. The call glitches and freezes. Cassie comes to tell the family about it. But Tom says that maybe the signal is weak because they are far from land. Just then, everyone hears a sound. They all go outside and see a group of whales passing by. Tom explains that whales always follow the Earth's magnetic field. Suddenly, the yacht shakes violently and Ben falls down. Tom becomes worried that the yacht might have been damaged, so he dives underwater to check. After some time, he returns to the surface. But there is a large wound on his shoulder. Julia immediately stitches his wound. Tom says that underwater he felt as if a very large creature was behind him. But when he turned around, he got cut by the propeller. He says whatever it was very big. Tom notices significant damage to the yacht, so they have to call for help. Julia repeatedly tries on the radio. Cassie searches for signal on her phone, but nothing works. Just then, Cassie sees a strange creature and screams. But it is just Ben wearing a mask and joking. After a while, the yacht completely shuts down and gets stranded in the middle of the sea. Julia hears a voice on the radio. But the voice is so distorted that she cannot understand anything. Tom tells the family that they only have 4 days of food and water left, and now they will have to wait for a fishing boat. Suddenly, something is detected on the radar, and the family hears a strange sound. They run outside and are shocked to see many meteors falling to the ground. Wherever the meteors fall, there are huge explosions. One meteor falls into the water near them, so Tom immediately tries to start the yacht. The engine barely starts, but then another meteor hits the area. The family holds each other tightly in fear. Then Tom realizes that the fireballs falling are not meteors but satellites. At that moment, Ben notices smoke coming out of the yacht. Tom checks and confirms that the engine is damaged. As the wind grows stronger, the family hides inside the yacht without noticing that the compass is spinning very rapidly. The yacht begins to shake violently. Ben falls again, and this time he gets hurt. The waves are crashing hard against the yacht. Tom struggles to go outside and brings life jackets. Suddenly, the power goes out. Tom quickly presses the power box button, and the lights come back on. At that moment, Ben notices that blood is coming from Julia's nose. Julia starts feeling dizzy. Meanwhile, Cassie goes to the sink and vomits. Tom keeps trying the radio, but there is no signal. Suddenly, a loud high-pitched noise is heard, and the wind becomes even stronger. Julia tries to close the doors, but a hatch opens and the wind begins breaking the windows. Tom lights a flare, and shortly after, darkness spreads everywhere. The next morning, the family wakes up in shock that they survived the storm. But the yacht is half destroyed. When they come outside, they see that the seawater has disappeared and the yacht is now stuck on land. They are all shocked to see this. Cassie checks for signal, but the network is completely down. Ben starts playing with 2 dead crabs. Tom checks the compass and sees that it is flipped upside down. This last happened 700,000 years ago. Cassie thinks that her boyfriend must be dead, and she breaks down. When Julia comes to comfort her, Cassie pushes her away and goes to hide. Julia and Tom check the remaining supplies. Ben ties his birthday balloons to a rock so that maybe some surviving person might see them. Tom tries the radio again, and this time he connects with a man. His name is Noah, and he is a submarine captain. His submarine is also stuck on land. He confirms that the magnetic poles have reversed, which is why the ocean has receded and the land has submerged. He says that he has not seen any other survivors yet, and communication systems are completely down. He also says that the poles will reverse again, and maybe the sea will return in a week. He warns the family to climb to as high a place as possible because when the water returns, it will be very dangerous. He says his partner died in the crash, and there is space for only 3 people in the submarine. Julia and Tom tell him to please save their children. He gives them his coordinates. Tom calculates that it will take 2 to 3 days to reach the submarine. He tells the family to rest well tonight. Tomorrow morning they will leave. The next morning, the family is packing their things. Just then, Tom sees something moving nearby. It is a limping man holding a harpoon, and with him is a dog that is continuously barking. Tom goes near him and gives him a bottle of water. But the man speaks in a language that Tom does not understand. After drinking the water, the stranger suddenly hits Tom on the head with the bottle and kicks him hard in the face. Julia runs in fear, but by then it is too late. The man has already stabbed Tom in the stomach with the harpoon. Tom struggles for a few moments, and then the man slits his neck as well. Then the man runs after Julia and throws the harpoon at her, injuring her shoulder. Enduring the pain, Julia runs inside the yacht and tells the children to hide. She locks the door. Cassie and Ben crawl inside the sofa. Julia hands them a flare gun and hides herself in the bathroom with a knife. The man bangs heavily on the door and finally gets inside. First, he picks up some food and then starts searching around the yacht. Then he moves toward the bathroom. But Julia cleverly escapes through a small opening. The man thinks that Julia has run away. But as she slowly tries to leave, his dog sees her and starts barking. The dog jumps at her, and Julia kills it with the knife. Hearing the dog scream, the man comes outside and becomes furious upon seeing his dog's dead body. Meanwhile, Julia tries to enter from the other side of the yacht. She climbs up and begins entering through a broken window. But the man reaches there first. He grabs her and punches her hard, causing her to fall down. Julia tries to hold onto furniture to save herself, but the man kicks her away. Then he steps on her wrist so she drops the knife, grabs her hair, slams her face onto the ground, throws her onto the sofa, and starts choking her. The children are watching all of this. Cassie comes out and fires the flare gun, which hits the man directly. He catches fire and flames start spreading in the yacht. The children immediately run away, but Julia comes back. She kicks him down, picks up the map and the bag, and runs away from there. Ben and Cassie go to their father and start crying. Julia sits with them, and the 3 of them together bid Tom a final goodbye through tears. Just then, that terrifying man comes out of the yacht again, and the family starts running once more. After a short while, the yacht explodes with a massive blast. After walking some distance, they stop near a small waterfall to rest for a while. Cassie thinks that maybe that madman came to them after seeing the balloons. Hearing this, Ben starts blaming himself. Julia explains to him that it was not his fault and tells everyone to keep moving because the man is still after them. On the way, near a small pond, Ben is shocked to see a dead hammerhead shark. Just then, Julia notices that the man is getting close to them again. Everyone starts running and falls down from a sand dune, where they see toxic waste. The family carefully crosses it and feels that they have finally escaped from the man. As they keep walking, they begin seeing large dead sea animals and all the plastic that had accumulated under the ocean. Ben starts walking slowly, and Julia realizes that he is close to dehydration. She tells everyone to stop. When she checks the water bottle, she is shocked. The bottle is almost empty. Cassie realizes that maybe she did not close the bottle properly. Julia angrily shouts that because of her carelessness, the water has run out. Cassie replies, "What difference does it make? Anyway, we are not going to survive." A long argument takes place between the two. Even then, the family keeps moving forward. After some time, they find a crashed plane. Seeing something moving inside, they get scared. But it is only some birds. The family decides to spend the night inside the plane. They share a little snack, and Julia finds a family photo in Tom's jacket. Seeing it breaks her heart. Cassie asks, "Mom, what was your and Dad's love story?" Julia smiles and says, "Tom was my patient in the hospital. Then one day he brought flowers and a sweet little poem. By giving her flowers and expressing his love with a sweet little poem." In the middle of the night, Cassie goes outside the plane. Just then, that terrifying man tries to grab her from behind. But Julia suddenly attacks him from behind and repeatedly stabs him with a knife, killing him. Cassie hugs her mother and calms her down. The next morning, the man's dead body is covered with worms. The family notices that there are many bite marks on his body. That means some dangerous creature is hiding in this area. As soon as they leave from there, crabs start coming out of his mouth. A few hours later, Julia and Cassie are looking at the map. But Ben quietly moves ahead. Julia shouts, "Stop." But Ben bends down at a pond and starts drinking water. Julia immediately pulls him out and explains that unknown water can make him sick. The sunlight becomes very intense, so the family covers their heads with clothes. Ben starts feeling dizzy. Just then, they find some old chairs, and Julia and Cassie use them to make a temporary shelter. Julia gives Ben an injection and decides that they will spend the night there. In the morning, Julia wakes up after hearing a strange sound. When she goes outside to look, a large swarm of crabs is coming toward them. She immediately wakes the children, and the three of them start running. While running, they see a large cargo ship. There are 3 crew members alive there. A woman wants to help them, but the other 2 men refuse and lock themselves inside a container, leaving the family outside. The crabs come closer. Julia helps the children climb on top of the container. When she tries to climb up herself, the crabs bite her leg hard. The children pull her up, otherwise she would have fallen down. Through a hole in the container, half of the crabs get inside. The crew members start firing, but the crabs overpower them and kill both of them. The last man reaches a hole in the roof, but the crabs pull him down as well, and he also dies. Julia ties a bandage on her wound and faints. After some time, when she wakes up, she finds herself alone in the middle of a sandstorm. She panics and starts looking for the children. She picks up the weapon of a dead woman and starts shouting loudly. Cassie hears her voice and comes back, telling her that she and Ben had gone to look for help but found no one. Then both of them meet Ben, who has found an open container where they can stay until the storm ends. Julia takes out Tom's lighter and burns her wound to close it, which is extremely painful. After the storm stops, they find another container that has many bottles of water. While checking the bodies, they also find a radio and a gun. Julia contacts Nawa and tells him that the map has been lost. In response, Nawa tells them that they were attacked by arthropods. These are the creatures now who have gone completely mad because of the oxygen. Nawa tells the family to hurry because his instruments have calculated that the sea will return sooner than expected, and they have only a few hours left. He shoots a flare, and the family starts walking in that direction. After a long walk, the family finds a broken toilet where Ben urinates. Now they finally see the submarine nearby. But to reach it, they have to cross a large rocky path. As they pass through the path, the walls begin to shake and stones start falling, causing a terrible rock slide. Julia immediately pushes her children to the side and steps back herself so she does not get crushed. Now a stone wall has come between them. Julia tells the children to move ahead without her. But Cassie refuses and insists that her mother should try to climb. After a lot of arguing and shouting, Julia promises that she will find her children later. Helplessly, Cassie pulls her brother and moves forward. The children climb the rocky path and run toward the submarine. But when they reach there, they see that Nawa is lying outside covered in blood. He explains that for him it is over now, and the children can take the submarine, thinking there will be an extra space. Cassie runs back to find her mother. Just then, Julia sees the crabs coming and starts firing. She kills some of the crabs, but the swarm is very large, and it becomes difficult to fight them all. At that moment, Cassie appears above the wall and extends her hand, and despite her injured leg, Julia starts climbing quickly. With Cassie's help, she reaches the other side, and both of them run toward the submarine. Ben is already standing above and opens fire to keep the crabs disturbed until the family climbs up. As soon as the crabs reach Nawa's body, they immediately start eating it. Julia picks up the gun and continues firing until the children go inside. When they are safe, Julia realizes that the bullets are finished, so she throws the gun at the crabs and goes inside with her children. The family locks the hatch tightly and watches the crabs around the submarine through the window. At that moment, the sea returns, so the 3 of them immediately sit in their seats, fasten their belts, and hold each other's hands. Strong waves begin throwing the submarine violently from side to side. Because of this, Julia starts seeing visions of the entire journey, and Cassie vomits. Soon, the high-pitched sound returns, and the family loses consciousness. After some time, Julia and the children regain consciousness and feel happy to find themselves alive. They unlock the hatch and come outside, seeing that the waves have thrown the submarine into a destroyed city. That means there is hope to survive and start a new life, and this is where the film ends. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you keep getting such interesting videos. Thank you for watching.